we go, everybody.
I even brought my red Kool-Aid for that because I knew he was going to play that. So.
All right. Well.
When you jamming that hard, it's hard for me to answer stuff like that. But I'm just going to do my best.
When can I see you again, babe?
I'm going to tell you that it is not fair. It's okay. We're going to do a little something like this.
It's going down, fade to Black Street with the homies Black Street and Teddy.
With that, this was just one of them songs I was glad to be a part of. I don't know, I can't really find the words. I'm honored to be in here with you, man.
My big brother, this is the best day.
Somebody asked, what was your opinion on the Babyface Teddy Riley Verzuz? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I definitely watched it.
Yeah, what was your thoughts about it?
As far as it's like for me it was great because I like those are both my the people that I look to as my main two, and then Jimmy Jam and Turles would be like that last round what my production would be, but I think it was it was cool. I think some of the records that he played, that Ted played, he could have played some different records that would have gave him more, comparable to
Face.
Babyface just kind of stuck to the hits,
Yeah.
And Teddy kind of played some records that were good feel records. But I think both of them kind of, they got their own vibe. Now when it comes to the winner, I'm still gonna give it to Ted because it's like the variety, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because you got a variety of club hip hop records to ballads, So you got that whole variety, whereas in Babyface is more or less kind of that middle of the road good record. And it's a hit record, but it's gonna be a mid tempo ballad. There's not really too many up tempos in there.
Yeah.
Ain't too many just club records.
Yeah.
But then they give you the whole variety of from just straight ballad, baby making music to deep hardcore rap, club, all of that. So
I think Teddy could have won the battle with it before it started if he had
other records.
If he had I think the way you win a battle is you start playing your big hits from the beginning. So by the time you start with your No Diggity, you start with your Remember the Time, you start with Prerogative, you start with by the time you stop doing Just Got Paid, Kissing Game, Wonders Make You Sweat. By the time by the time you've started to Groove Me, by the time you've already
the second side records,
by the time you do,
he
could have just hit 10 number one tracks just like that. He never even played Prerogative. Anything Face would have done with Bobby Brown, Prerogative was Bobby's biggest track, so he would have just knocked that off the track.
Yeah.
He could have. But so I was disappointed with his selection.
I was disappointed that people were calling me saying, why you ain't there to help your mans out? And I was like, hey.
No, he did struggle because actually L.A. Reid wrote the stuff with Babyface. So Babyface said L.A. and I came up. So they so he didn't have someone in his camp to say you don't play it on the night. You already have your top 20 list. And you have your 5 just in case.
Yeah.
He didn't have that. Yeah. He was just like, oh, let me play this. He didn't have it just play this 10.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't have somebody that sat down you got to play this record. You got to play this record to smash. You got to play these records to smash. Yeah, and I think that was part of the situation. Then the whole debacle with the internet and what he was trying to do was just.
Oh yeah, that was the first one. I'm talking about the second one when they really
when they really sat down. Yeah. Then it became, where, said he was, I think he still was frazzled from the first situation because everybody was kind of going in from that scenario. So I don't think he he really took his time to sit down and say, okay, let me plan this thing out.
Yeah. And then when Face brought out his guitar, then he like, oh, I need to get my keyboards.
Oh yeah, he was ready. He was ready to talk about this. He was like, yo, I need to get my.
Yeah,
like,
but
oh,
it was
man.
yeah,
It's like,
and he
wait a minute. So I mean that's you know, so that thing is like, you know, that's typical Ted. Like Ted will go all the way. He'll go all the way left with something, even if he ain't 100% sure that it's like right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna work. He'll try it. You know what I'm saying? For the sake that he feels like if I pull it off, I'm gonna be incredible. You know what I'm saying? So he's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? He'll try some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just to see if he can pull it off.
If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy. I'll go insane.
You mentioned that you were on keys. How was he on a piano? How good was he?
Oh, Ted's good, man. Ted's, you know what I'm saying? He's like not like the prolific keyboard player that like, you know, a lot of these musicians are, but they're just musicians. They're not really good producers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's definitely a difference in, I'll tell people this, it's definitely a difference in somebody that's producing than someone that's a musician. Like, you know, a lot of musicians normally put too much music in a record. Whereas in a producer, you know what I'm saying, he's fluent enough to get the record done, but he's more into, you know what I'm saying, making the record feel good and groove good.
Yeah. And
adding one or two things that, hey, you know, whereas in, you know, because you're trying to figure it out, like, yo, this feel good with the record. Whereas the musicians go, oh, I can put a horn there, they can do all this fabulous stuff, and I can put an organ there, I can make it do all this fabulous stuff. Where, you know what I'm saying? So I think producers are, you know, like that's got the talent. Like I tell people, I'm not superly fluent on the keyboard, but it's like I play enough, you know what I'm saying, to get, you know, records done like I need. Like, and I'll sit down with a record and figure it out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm usually going off of something that I'm hearing in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that I try to make, you know what I'm saying, or something that I don't hummed or and I'll try to put stuff down that way. But yeah, Ted's you know, Ted's really decent on the keyboard.
Just that day, it's Friday night, party hunting, feeling wild, booty shaking all around, more than one case, now getting down now. Just that day, it's Friday night, party hunting, feeling wild, booty shaking all around, more than one case. Check the mirror, I'm looking round at the party, jump in my ride, radio rocking, monster jam, feel the rhythm, pump up the sound, I'm feeling so good, don't you know I'm just grooving to the beat.
So you've worked with him. I guess the final thing is that when you look back at his career from his Kumo D, Heavy D, Blacksmith, Michael Nothing, if you were to pick his top three records that you think, when you think of Ted and you think, yeah, these are the top three, either before me or after me or when I was there, that these are the top three that I think Ted would...
My records would probably be Dog Me Out would be one of them.
What? Wow.
Just because of the groove of the record, you know what I'm saying? The groove and the sound, the sonics of the record just had that that just make you dance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The remix.
Oh, remix. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With when they got the remix show. That one. What else? Goodbye Love. That's just a nostalgic thing for me.
Okay. From the first Guy album.
Yeah, from the first Guy album. And there's just a couple of other records like on the second album that were just like, that just, to me, that second Guy album, like what they did sonically with, Dave and them did sonically, still hasn't been matched as far as the futuristic of from the first album to the transition of that album and what they did sonically with that album. Okay. So like Smile or something like that would be, but as far as like him, Remember the Times and probably Dog Me Out, the remix, and like Groove Me would be my top records for him.
Okay.